Hey, everybody, welcome back to another Connect Raleigh Member Spotlight. I am here with my new friend, Jane Vardzel. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to have a chat. We've had a couple in-person conversations, and now we get to do a member spotlight and introduce you to our whole community. So, how are you? What brought you here? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the fun activities you've had. It's been a pleasure meeting everyone so far and being a part of these fun meetups. But yeah, I've been in Raleigh for about 2 years in December. So coming up on my 2 year mark.
All right.
Before
Happy
that,
anniversary.
excuse me.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, right? Like it's 2 year anniversary. But before that, I moved around a good bit, but I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina. So it's definitely nice to be just a road trip away, to be home. I'm going home next week for Thanksgiving. So that will be really nice to be back, even further south.
I love it. And so, 2 years in Raleigh. How's Raleigh compared to Charleston?
I love Raleigh.
Yeah.
I tell everyone this. I feel like it's the perfect in between city and town because it's not full on crazy Charlotte, no offense to Charlotte, traffic, but it's a little bit bigger where there are the events, the concerts, the restaurants, all the fun things. I love Raleigh. I live downtown. So it's super fun to be able to walk, go get some food, go to the parks. I love Raleigh. It's an awesome spot.
And it's quite okay to slam on Charlotte because this is not the Connect Charlotte podcast or
Yeah,
networking group. You're totally fine.
that's true. That's true. Just trying to not make any enemies, you know?
You're good. I try that. I wake up every morning with that intention, but you never know where the day's going to take you.
That's very true.
So tell me a little bit, or tell us a little bit about what do you do for work? Did you move here for work, or what do you do for a living? Since you've been living here for a couple of years now.
Yeah, so I actually work fully remote. My sister is an ER, well, was an ER travel nurse. So during the pandemic, she was a travel nurse at the Children's Hospital here. And I was like, perfect, sounds like a great time. Move with my sister, go to a new city. So I came with her, and I, at the time, was doing cybersecurity, and I was working for a different company at the time, but now I am working for a different cybersecurity company, and I'm an account executive there. And so I can really work wherever, which is awesome. And she brought me down here, and we actually both fell in love. So we're both still here, and we recruited our two brothers to live here as well. So it's a
I
family
love that.
affair now. Yeah, it's
I
great.
love that, and I hope my sister's listening because I've been trying to get her here for about 15 years, and so
There you go.
this will do the trick.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, that's kind of what brought me down. I guess I was living in the north, so down here at the time. Um, and I love it, especially with my line of work. I get to travel a good bit. So it gives me a great airport to be able to hit other major cities on the East Coast without too much pain. So it's awesome.
So true. Everything you said is are some of the favorite things I love about living here too. It's that mid-sized city, big enough to have everything you need, small enough to not be like totally crazy with traffic or, all the stuff that comes with a big city. So definitely love
Exactly.
that part. The airport is so easy in and out of. Like if you love to travel, my parents live in Tampa, and Raleigh and Tampa are like two of the best airports. So easy to get into
Yes.
and out of. So yes, I totally agree. So you said you live downtown. What are some of your favorite things to do or places to go around downtown Raleigh?
Well, I live over by Fred Fletcher Park,
Hmm.
so I love to do anything outside. I love to go walking. They have yoga in the park quite frequently, so I love to do that. The food scene in Raleigh is really great, so I love to kind of head over to Person Street side of town and check out some restaurants. Yeah, I just kind of anything outside. I love how walkable Raleigh is, and there's so many things to see and do. So if there's an activity outside, you'll probably find me there.
Yeah, and there's plenty of things to do over there on Person Street. You've got, starting sort of closer to downtown. I was just at Longleaf Swine last week for barbecue,
Yes.
and then you work your way
Yeah.
down the street a little bit, and you've got like Crawford down there. You've got Oakwood Pizza Box. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
some of the best pizza. You've got Ish is right there, Two Roosters, Yellow Dog, all those places. I love it over there.
Yeah. No, it's a great spot. It really is. So, yeah, I love to go check out the restaurants and just hang out. Everything's so nice here, you know? That's another thing. I was recently in New York City, and you take for granted how clean Raleigh is, and it's was really nice to come back. I was like, this is definitely very nice.
I feel you on that. So I'm fascinated by cybersecurity. I know very little, but I know the importance. I wonder if everybody does. And how did you get into cybersecurity? What was it about that drew you in?
Yeah. So before I got into cybersecurity, I was in marketing, specifically social media and website. And one thing that always fascinated me was kind of the SEO, the back end side of things. And one day I was kind of just in a webinar and they were talking about cybersecurity. I was like, wait, this is really cool. Like, this is really interesting. So I ended up getting a job at a company, a cybersecurity company, and I learned a ton. And what really kept me invested and interested is how it helps people. You know, I really loved the aspect that with cybersecurity, you're helping people either prevent cyber crime from happening. And I think people forget, right? It is a crime. We're stopping criminals from stealing money, time, information, all of those things. And then on the flip side, if something bad does happen, I'm there to help them, right? I help them in the darkest times of they might be losing their business, or it's a really tough spot to be in. So to be able to be that person to help them understand the importance of it really means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to my customers, from every level, right, from small businesses to companies with hundreds of employees. Cyber crimes are not picky. The criminals do not just pick and choose. They'll go after what they can get. So yeah.
So who are the people that you're most or that are maybe most seeking your help? Like you mentioned individuals, small businesses, larger businesses, but like who are the people you're typically working with, and how are they connecting with you?
Yeah. So we work with, so my company, CyberClan, we work with, kind of any business that is looking for this help, right? Small, medium, large, we're really here to help. Our mission is to make the world a safer place online. So with that being said, a lot of our customers come through calling us saying, hey, like, we don't even know where to start. Can you help us figure out where do we even start? What's the basics here? I find a lot of people say, oh, well, we have an IT company, right? That's great. IT specialists, they're specialists in IT, but that doesn't necessarily mean they specialize in cybersecurity. So it's kind of a array, right? Anyone who is looking to protect their business is someone that we can help. We work with insurance companies to help fill the gaps to where they see their insured needing help. But really, any business, anyone that has employees or computers or email addresses, you need protection, and that's how we can help.
I love it. So what's the best way for people if they're listening to this and they want to learn more to connect with you?
Yeah, so you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I am very active on LinkedIn. I try to message people back. I also can comment on this video, my email address, if you guys have any interest, or if you want to learn more. One thing I say is education is huge. If you don't choose to, install these programs or do email security, just to educate yourself on what these cyber criminals are doing and how there are resources to help, whether it's me or someone else. There's a lot out there to learn. So, even if you're just interested in learning a little bit more about cybersecurity in general and what can be done for your business, I'm always here to help, because that really is our mission, is to make the world a safer place. So
I
yeah.
really love that. I love that. Let me ask you one last question, then I'll let you go.
Absolutely.
What is one thing that everybody listening should know you think is cybersecurity sort of common sense or level one stuff that we should all know that maybe most of us don't do? Is there anything that you could think of?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question. I would say definitely, be conscious of multi-factor authentication, and email phishing is the number one way people are getting hacked right now. So if you get an email, do not click on a link if you don't know where it's coming from. Do not, just open it to see what it is. If you're the slightest bit cautious on what you're doing on email, I think that can prevent a lot of very bad things from happening.
I That's exactly where my head was going with it. And now I have one more question. So I lied. I thought it was. So I have this bad habit, terrible habit, I think, of whenever I get a spammy text, somebody that's
Mhm.
like fishing for something, I don't ever click on anything, but I like to respond to waste their time. Am I getting myself in trouble? Like, do they have some access that I don't know about by me just responding that now they have my bank account?
So that's really funny because you are not the first person who've asked me that.
Oh, really?
I guess, yeah, I guess people just get really annoyed with the spam and they just want to annoy them. Or I've also heard people will pick up the phone and they'll realize it's spam and they'll like take them down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And my advice is just don't engage,
Oh,
right?
come on, though. It's
As
so
I
fun.
know, as fun as it is, you just don't know. And cyber criminals are extremely smart.
Smarter than I.
They are very, very good at what they do. And it's not worth it. But, I understand. I see where you're coming from. But now in my line of work, I'm so overcautious where I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even open it. I delete it. I don't give it the time of day. But
Fair.
yeah, definitely, definitely probably steer away from that a little bit. But
We're going to wrap this up, but I'm going to send you a screenshot of a conversation I had that lasted 2 days with somebody. And it was one of my most proud moments after my young children, but I'll share that with you another time. But I want to say thank you for being here on the Connect Raleigh
yeah.
Member Spotlight. I'm so glad that we got a chance to talk a little bit and learn about you and what you love about living in Raleigh and the Connect Raleigh community and what you do for a living. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for organizing.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. I'll see you soon.